Often it is that we tend to act against our own backs. Often we say that we want a thing or we want to achieve a thing, and yet we tend to act against our own interests. It's important that we learn to harness our horses, so to speak. Think of the self as a chariot. And today I'm going to give a little homework. Think of the self as a chariot. We have to harness our horses. If the horses, which are the different impulses and passions, run about, then it's impossible to get anywhere. We have to have some modicum of self-control. So that, I've gone into this quite a bit before. I'm going to jump into the practice. And this, of course, is lifted right out of Liber 3, or Ugorum. But actually that's not fair because similar practices are found around the world. What I would like people to do is to learn to guard the tongue. So I'm just going to jump into the practice. I'd like those that watch my videos, I'd like to recommend a homework for the next week of guarding the tongue. Guarding the tongue. How do we do that? What I would like people to do is to pick a word, choose a word. It needs to be a common word such as and or the, but, because, I, you. It needs to be a common word. So what I would like people to do, hi Jennifer, how are you doing? What I would like people to do is to choose a common word such as the, but, I, you, a pronoun, or because, but choose a very common word that you tend to use all the time. Try to avoid that word for 1 week. And what I would like you to do is anytime you say the word, you could either give a light pinch, you could take a rubber band, you could thump an earlobe. There's a lot of things that you can do. You don't want to hurt yourself. You want this to be healthy, not unhealthy. You want it to be a healthy practice. I normally just thump an earlobe. Basically, it's a very good practice to have in your toolkit off and on. See, when we learn to control our speech, we bring in a little bit more awareness. A lot of us, we are not very good at guarding our own tongue. And guarding the tongue is power. Watching your words is power. Controlling your speech is going to change life. So, like I said, what I would like people to do is to pick a common word, such as and or but or because. Not and, but you know. And try to avoid that word on any time the word is spoken, And try to keep track of how many times you say the word. It doesn't have to be for a week. You could do it for 24 hours. Today, actually, that makes it interesting. Wake up. If you're drinking coffee, get your morning coffee. Think, what word am I going to avoid today? It could be kind of interesting. Make it common. Make it common. Like because, I, things like that. The first person pronoun, something like that, okay? So pick the word to avoid and then try to avoid it that day. What this does is we learn to control our speech. If we can control our speech, it's easier to control actions. And if you can control actions, you can control thought, thought is like the seed. And of course that goes into like self-control in life. So that is the practice for today, the control of speech. And so this is a very quick video. But I'm going to be doing different types of videos on here. But yep, that is the control of speech. And I'm going to have more stuff coming out. So I will see y'all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, y'all.